So then guys, with new iPhones here this year, one of the big questions a lot of you guys are asking yourself is how much storage do I actually need in my new iPhone? Well, today guys, I'm going to help you out here with my little guide here, which is going to show you how much storage you actually need depending on how many photos, apps, WhatsApp messages. You get the idea that you take on average and what is probably the best amount of storage that you actually need for your iPhone. So with the brand new iPhone 16 models that are now here, what I want to do is I want to cover over all the storage options that are available on the model. So 128 gigabytes to 1 terabyte. Now I know some of the iPhone normal 16, the 16 Plus do not go up to 1 terabyte. And for example, the iPhone 16 Pro Max only has 256 gigabytes of storage inside of it. But you know, we'll cover over all of those details today. But one of the biggest things I would actually say is before going into this guide is to check on your current iPhone or your Android phone how much storage is being used. As you can see right here, I'm showing you how to find out how much storage you have got on your iPhone. If you've got one of them right now, this is what will tell you how much is actually stored. And what you want to do is with that amount of storage that is stored, you do want to keep that in your head and add that on to the amount of storage that you might need going into this further into this video. So just be aware of that. But with that figure now in your head, let's have a look then at the 128 gigabyte model and who this is ideal for. So if you're upgrading from say an older iPhone, like an iPhone 13 for example, like these models that I've got right here, like I said, you do want to check how much storage you're being used. But what I would say with that, 128 gigabytes is ideal for people who on average are taking 5 to 10 photos a week, or for example taking 1 or 2 1080p videos. Remember, you can change this in your settings. Or let's say you're taking a video for, I don't know, about 2 minutes a week recorded at 4K, you know, on your newest iPhone that you're going to purchase, or you're doing that right now on your old iPhone or your Android phone or things like this. The main reason why I say this is because if you do the maths right now, this would allow you to store anywhere between 27,000 to 35,000 photos. Or another way of looking at it, this would allow you to store 45 hours of 1080p video, not 4K, in total on a 128 gigabyte model. What is really a lot of storage then on its own. Or another way to look at it is 45 hours of 1080p video, not 4K, what you could actually store on your iPhone right now, what is pretty impressive when you actually think about it. So like I said, what you've got on your phone right now and adding this into your new phone, you need to work out that number right now. And then also, if you've got yourself apps on your phone, and let's say they were the kind of standard kind of apps out there, like your bank apps, let's say they were like Netflix with no downloads obviously, or fitness apps, I don't know, all of those kind of things. They average about say 30 megabytes a size. Well, if you had that many actually stored on the iPhone with 128 gigabytes, this would allow you to store up to 3,000 apps. What is quite a lot when you think about it. So you can see right away that even 128 gigabytes, for even quite a lot of users out there, it's still more than enough. But if this is not enough, let's say you are taking more photos per week that you're keeping and videos and things like this, and even recording say in 4K videos, maybe you need to step up to 256 gigabytes. And let's have a look then at how many kind of photos that you'd be taking with this. Well, I would say on average you'd be taking 2 to 4 photos a day, and then also watching one video under 2 minutes, and then say adding one new app once a week. That's about 30 megabytes or less. And like I said guys, that's quite a lot. That's like 2 to 4 photos a day, and like I said, that's a long sort of 4K video that I would say that you're recording for, so 2 minutes that you're keeping. Remember, you could be doing 20-second 4K videos and it mounts up to 2 minutes in that as well. You're getting the idea here, and 2 to 4 pictures a day that you're actually going to keep. You're not going to delete off your iPhone as well. Well, you know, that's quite a lot for most people out there. I'd say 256 gigabytes. And if you want to know the crunch down of that, well, that's about 60,000 photos you could store on this, or 90 hours of 1080p video, or even 30 hours of 4K video. Or if you just had apps only on your phone, around about 30 megabytes, well, that's about 60,000 apps you could have installed on your new phone. So you can see it's quite a lot. But let's say you're taking even more photos today, or let's say that you're not really much of a person who takes photos, and let's say you take a lot of videos that you're going to store on your phone, never really going to back them up or anything like that, they're just going to be stored on your phone, then maybe going over towards a 512 gigabyte option is probably for you. With 512 gigabytes, you can store on average about 8 photos a day that you're going to keep, and you could actually then record, say, two 2-minute 4K videos a day. And then that also means you could download, say, 2 30 megabyte apps per week, every week on your phone. And that is quite a lot again. And like I said, this isn't factoring that you're not actually backing anything up into the cloud or keeping it there or bringing it down. What we'll talk a little bit further on in this video about is everything being retained on your iPhone and everything is staying there. And what does this mean in numbers? Well, this means that you could store 120,000 photos or 180 hours of 1080p video or 60 hours of 4K video, or even 120,000 apps at around about 30 megabytes or below. And like I said, guys, I demonstrated it earlier that, you know, this is quite a lot here. Remember, you've got to add on your previous phone, what you've got right now, your Android phone, your iPhone, add on how much you've used right now. And obviously you can see here how much you'll be using. But even if this is not enough for you and you're not backing up or using anything like that, then maybe a 1 terabyte option might be the right one for you. This would mean that you'd be on average taking 16 photos a day that you're keeping. This would mean that you'd be recording 4 2-minute 4K videos a day, and then you'd also be downloading, say, 4 30 megabyte apps per week. And remember, this is every week for the whole time you're going to be keeping your phone. So this is quite a lot. And again, give you those numbers. This would mean that you could store up to 240,000 photos or record 360 hours of 1080p on your phone or 60 hours of 4K video on your phone. And then this also means 30,000 sorts of apps that are around about 30 megabytes size is quite a lot. And just in case you're wondering, you know, 60 hours of 4K video, that is a lot. That's even longer than, say, a Game of Thrones series or something like that. It is huge. You know, we're talking a lot of hours here, what you're going to get stored on your phone here at 4K if you've recorded it yourself. So yeah, just be aware of that. But personally, what I would say is that there is another option out there, and there's things like iCloud, for example. Now, iCloud, I'm not being affiliated here with Apple or anything, I'm not sponsoring or anything, but iCloud is really, really good and really, really clever. To be deadly honest, even if you signed up with, say, the 2 terabyte option out there, the cost of that and the difference of owning, say, an iPhone over, say, 3 years, the actual cost of owning a 2 terabyte iCloud is actually still cheaper than actually jumping from, say, a 256 gigabytes sort of iPhone 16 Pro Max up to 1 terabyte. You'd actually be paying less in iCloud fees over 3 years to have 2 terabytes. And the great thing is that Apple, as you can see right here, they do some sort of magicery, sort of pokery, where they store some of your photos on the cloud and they also store them also on your iPhone. They actually locally back them up. And this is one of the great things about them, is that obviously it frees up a lot of space. And personally, what I'd say for a lot of people, 128 gigabytes or even a 256 gigabytes is more than enough. And getting yourself, say, a 1 terabyte or, you know, 200 gigabytes or even, say, a 2 terabyte sort of option out there with iCloud is probably the better deal to sign up with that and actually have a lower amount of storage on your iPhones. Because I can tell you this right now, when you come to resell an iPhone with more storage on it, the resale value is definitely not as much, especially in trading costs. They give you very similar prices to the base model of storage. So just be aware of that. Obviously you do get a little bit more, but how much you paid in the first place, nah, nowhere near. And honestly, this would be the option I would say. And the other great thing about this is that obviously if you did lose your phone or anything happened to it, obviously, you know, all is not lost. It's stored in the iCloud. And this is why I'd personally say this is probably the better choice for you guys out there. But really guys, this is the end of this video. I hope this guide has helped you out in helping you choose what the right amount of storage is for you with your new iPhone purchase that you're probably getting. And also guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please make sure you press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.